Welcome to Accounting 202 at Kapiolani Community College. This video will tell you about the Chapter 18 notes. You can use your blank Chapter 18 notes and fill in everything listed in blue here while listening to this video to get a better understanding about the topic in Chapter 18, which is ABC, or Activity-Based Costing. Activity-based costing gives a company improved levels of accuracy, cost control, and better management information. The reason why is that accuracy is improved because carefully studied cost behaviors are grouped into multiple pools, and those pools are used to allocate overhead costs to production in a more measured way than a factory-wide overhead application rate. Cost control is also improved because you can do a better job of predicting what costs will be when you know a very reliable cause and effect relationship between activity drivers and the costs themselves. Also, this improved cost determination and estimation allows management to make better decisions through improved information. The result from an accounting standpoint is that many of the costs that used to be lumped into a large overhead account, like manufacturing overhead, now begin to behave like direct costs in their behavior and their predictability. And the reason for this is because we do a better job of studying them and measuring them and following them. So some basic terms that are needed. Number one, activity. Activity is any kind of recurring business event that gives you repetitive cost behaviors. An activity cost pool is any cost that can be reliably associated with an activity and its cost drivers. And cost drivers are observable and measurable action that causes predictable changes in your activity cost pool. So some activity creates some kind of cost driver, which then results in activity costs. The ABC system in homework and exams really breaks down to three kinds of problems. First, one is to sort estimated costs into their related activities. For example, you'd be given estimated activity pool total dollar amount for the year, and then you are to take specific costs and sort them into which activity they best relate to. So it might require some interpretation or educated guessing. Once you have an activity pool total, then if you have information about the cost drivers or the estimated amount of cost drivers, then you can take the total activity cost pool and divide by the estimated activity drivers and get the cost per unit of activity. And you'll be told which cost drivers go with which cost pools, so you don't have to worry too much about that. Once you have that, then you can multiply the activity pool cost per unit times the actual activity in that cost driver for various products or activities, and that'll give you the overhead to apply to work in process for various different products or activities. So conceptually, what this would result in would be multiple journal entries for debit, work in process, credit, manufacturing overhead. And in reality, it would probably be grouped together, and supporting detail would be shown on a supporting spreadsheet. When do you need activity-based costing? Well, the easiest thing to say is when the benefits outweigh the costs. So the reason why we have to be careful about this is because activity-based costing requires much more data gathering and record keeping, and you have to study these costs and their behavior in relation to the activity bases and make sure that there's a consistent and reliable relationship. All of these things can be very expensive and require human intervention, processing time, and interpretation. The value of this improved information has to be more than whatever the additional cost is to produce it. So this is the cost-benefit analysis. Make sure that the benefit you get from ABC is worth the cost of ABC. Thanks for listening. Hope this helps.